With the national anthems of the African Union and the host country, Republic of Kenya, the fifth media coordination meeting of the African Union, the regional economic communities, and the regional mechanisms kicks off. The meeting, convened under the AU theme of the year 2023, Acceleration of African Continental Free Trade Area Implementation, is among other things taking stock of the status of continental integration and coordination efforts to accelerate the integration process in line with continental aspiration as embedded in Agenda 2063. Deputy Secretary General of the United Nations emphasizes the need for Africa to address its challenges and shape its own narrative.
Let me salute you as African leaders. Against this challenging global and continental backdrop, you continue tirelessly, day after day, here and abroad, to make the powerful case for Africa. Africa as the new horizon of possibility and as the source of solutions for its own challenges and those of the planet. Excellencies, you have the United Nations' complete solidarity.
In a similar vein, President of Kenya calls for self-reliance and a fit-for-purpose institutional architecture within the African Union, emphasizing the importance of fair financial systems and addressing debt and liquidity challenges.
We must have a collective position on matters to do with debt and liquidity. We must all agree that it is time for a new financing mechanism. The reform of the multilateral development banks is no longer about if, it is when that is going to happen, so that we can eliminate the current structure that is unfair to the majority of the people in Global South and especially in our African continent. And secondly, that we were left behind in the fossil fuel energy industrial development. God, in his own wisdom, has put Africa at the center. We have climate change as an existential crisis to humanity. But also, we have green energy, which we have renewable energy, which we have in plenty, as a development imperative to be able to go into the future.
In his maiden speech at the meeting, Nigeria's president and ECOWAS chair announces plans to bolster the ECOWAS standby force to counter coups and terrorism, emphasizing the need to learn from past exploitation and avoid its repetition while affirming Africa's unity.
Challenges we face mean that governance will be difficult. They also mean that visionary good governance is necessary. Some observers assert a new scramble for Africa is afoot, and it is much like the old scramble that plundered our continent. But here and now, let it be said to whoever the new scramblers might be, our continent may be old, but our spirit is new. And it is strong. The bad that took place in the past must not stay here. It shall never be repeated.
He highlights ECOWAS' progress in trade, free movement, infrastructure, and security. Tinubu urges Africa to overcome challenges, focus on inclusive growth, and harness the African Continental Free Trade Area.
ECOWAS continues to strengthen efforts to maintain peace and security in the region by ensuring the conduct of peaceful elections in member states to deepen democracy and promote good governance.
He calls for peace and stability, warning that violence hampers economic integration while appealing for international support. 14 heads of state and government, 51 foreign ministers of the African Union member states, high-level dignitaries, and approximately 1,500 delegates are participating in the meeting, according to the Kenyan Foreign Affairs Ministry. Adesuwa, Omoruan, Arise News.